What is up, Space Revolutionary Army and Vultures? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are returning to Afterwar Gundam X. Last time we learned of the 7th War, which ended with the colonies falling onto Earth. 15 years later, our hero Garrod found a girl named Tifa, which led him to Gundam X. A man named Olba injected Tifa with something while Garrod and Jamil were picking flowers. This time, the crew has to save Tifa. They take her to a facility to get proper treatment. Garrod makes a mistake, and he ditches the crew with the Gundam only to try to auction it off. So let's get into this. A doctor tells the crew that Tifa's nerve tissue is collapsing, and she has about a week to live. They could definitely fix this with proper facilities. Jamil knows of a place. They plan on going to the labs over at the alternative company. The crew has been left in the dark for too long. They want to know why Jamil thinks the girl is so important. The doctor contacts him and says things are getting worse, and she has about 2 days. Jamil finally tells the crew that he was a Gundam pilot for the UNE during the war. They use Newtypes as Gundam pilots. Once the Gundam's fired, the SRA dropped colonies on Earth. He is a Newtype, but he can no longer use his powers. He is protecting Tifa because she too is a Newtype. He wants to protect all Newtypes. Ritz and Roy say, well, it looks like our contracts are up. We're out of here. Peace. Garrod wants the two to stay and help Jamil, but the best they could do is a knee to the gut. Wit says Garrod feels this way because he wants to do something, but is ultimately helpless. Garrod needs to understand how the world works. How does this world work? Because so far this after-war universe looks like Mad Max with mobile suits. Also, we are witnessing the adults don't understand children moment that we see in every Gundam series. Garrod visits Tifa again. Jamil sends out a flare to other Vultures to help them with this cause. He's calling in all his favors. He is the one who plans on heading out in GX. Olba shows his brother Shagia the Vulture's plan. Remember, the two are telepathically linked. Garrod sneaks into the hangar and fights with the kid. This happens to be the chief mechanic, Kid Salsamil. Salsamil? His name sounds delicious. Garrod was trying to sneak onto the Gundam. He asked Jamil to pilot after he learns of his cockpit phobia. While they are arguing, Olba fires on them and bursts out of the hangar in his mobile armor. He transforms into Gundam Ashtaron. The NRX-0015 Gundam Ashtaron is a transformable mobile suit developed by the Government Reconstruction Committee. It uses the trans system to transform from mobile armor to mobile suit. In mobile armor form, this can function as a subflight system for Gundam Versago. Its main weapon is a pair of atomic scissors, located in the backpack. This gives the unit 2 giant pincers that can slice a mobile suit in half. Other weapons include a beam saber, a nose beam cannon when in mobile armor form, a pair of machine cannons, and a beam spear. This can also attach an optional booster. Olba uses the scissors to punch a hole in the ship to take Tifa. He takes off. However, mobile suits approach. It is Olba's brother in Gundam Versago, along with some Datrices. Gundam Versago activates its megasonic cannon and fires. The ship takes evasive action. The Frieden is attacked. Joining the battle is Rosa in the Pyrenees-class ship, Rousseau in the Rocky-class ship, and finally Gritz Joe in the Tenzin-class ship. They all launch their mobile suits, mainly composed of Octape Kais. The RMS-014G Octape Kai is a mass-produced mobile suit made by the SRA which surpasses the Genis and the Septum, and has great mobility. The Kai is the ground variant of the Octape, like other SRA mobile suits. This can hover over the ground. Weapons include 2 50mm Gatling cannons, a beam saber, a 100mm machine gun, a beam rifle, and a giant bazooka. Olba heads back to base while Shagia handles business. Garrod still wants to go out in the Gundam. Jamil wants to know why he fights. He says that he is in love with Tifa. Jamil gives him the G controller. He launches and is instantly met with Shagia. Gundam Versago takes down his shoulder Vulcans. Jamil thinks to himself, he was once like Garrod. Meanwhile, Witz hides his savings in a trash pile. That doesn't seem like a good place to hide your money. Olba drops off Tifa at Alternative and heads back to help his brother. The Gundam's rifle is out of energy. That is when Shagia goes to town. As Garrod goes in to attack, Olba comes in and helps. He now has 2 opponents. The 2 Gundams work together, putting Garrod on the defensive. They constantly flank him. Gundam Ashtaron grabs Gundam X with scissors while Versago deals the final blow, but they are attacked. It is Witz and Roybea. Tifa wakes up to old creepy man Alternative. He knows she is a Newtype. The Alternative company receives a new mobile armor. It is the Grandine. The MA-06 Grandine is made by the Space Revolutionary Army for the war, but upgraded by the Alternative company since then. It utilizes a gun platform designed for long bombardment. Weapons include a long-range charged particle flare cannon and a 200mm anti-air beam gun. They charge the mobile armor and fire towards the battle, many kilometers away. Everyone spreads out. The only thing that is going to help them is the satellite cannon, which he told Garrod not to use. Jamil seems to have a Newtype connection with Tifa. He takes a tiny shuttle out to meet with Garrod and gets in the Gundam. Tifa is going to use Jamil as a remote beacon that will then activate the satellite cannon. Newtypes have all the 5G. Jamil tells Garrod to adjust his aim. The two brothers rush the Gundam, but Wits and Roy Bea come to the rescue. He has enough moon energy, and the Gundam fires the cannon. It gets a direct hit on the mobile armor in the base. Tifa is somehow the only one who survived this. Garrod hurt his butt. He takes Tifa back to the Freedom. The other Vultures depart. The nature of how Vultures work means the next time they meet, it may not be as friends. We meet Ennil L. She goes on a mission to destroy a nuclear reactor in her Datra's high mobility command type and her high mobility squad. The DT-6800HM Datra's high mobility is a high mobility variant of the Datras which can hover off the ground. Although more mobile, its bulky legs limits its movement. Because of this, it can't really jump or run. It can just glide really fast. This can function on Earth and space with minor adjustments. This unit also has more armor than the standard Datras. Weapons include a beam saber and a 90mm machine gun. One team will use flamethrowers instead to melt mobile suit pilots from the inside. The DT-6800 HMC Datras High Mobility Command is a variant of the Datras High Mobility. This has a different head with enhanced sensors. Other than that, this is the same as the High Mobility variant. Weapons include a beam saber, a 90mm machine gun, and a beam rifle. A nuclear reactor goes off as their team flees. Ennil also strips power plants of batteries and anything of value to sell. A man gives her another job. He wants her to take down Garrod in the Gundam. She stares at a picture of Garrod. Wait, I just noticed this dude has a fanny pack. Garrod wants Tifa to help track down other Newtypes. They have used Alternatives HQ and already saved Tifa from whatever Olba gave her. Garrod almost kills the entire crew while towing a Datras. He is upset everyone is giving him a hard time for making mistakes and runs off. Garrod goes out on his own to a power plant to find supplies. This isn't something that even the Vultures do. They leave this to specialists like Ennil, who is currently spying on Garrod. The Freedom chases after GX. Jamil decides to launch in the Datras to save him. He is shaking as he hasn't piloted a mobile suit in some time. When GX makes it to the reactor, Ennil and her team make their attack. As they fight, the nuclear meltdown begins. Garrod takes out a high-mobility Datras before going for Ennil. Her reaction is fast. That is when Jamil grabs onto Garrod and tells him this area is dangerous. Better start running fast. The nuclear reactor goes off. Garrod fires the satellite cannon, using it as a propulsion system to outrun the nuclear blast. However, a piece of debris hits Jamil's cockpit. He is badly injured and needs surgery. Sayla slaps Garrod for everything he has done. The man and Ennil are still trying to go after the Gundam. Garrod has made 2 mistakes, and the crew don't think that he is suited to be a part of a team. With no one caring about him and Tifa ignoring him over Jamil, Garrod runs away with GX. A team that was tailing the Gundam finds Wits' gold supply buried under the ground. See, that was a terrible spot for all that gold. Wits finds the Datras taking his gold. He takes on all 3 mobile suits, but they run away. The Freedom sends out a flare. This is a call sign that they are hiring pilots. Roy Bea notices in the distance. Meanwhile, Ennil heads out for the Gundam. A mechanic gives Roy Bea a discount for taking a picture with Gundam Leopard. After he leaves, Garrod and GX appears. He wants the mechanic to help him sell the Gundam. Ennil has been informed that the Gundam has been put up for sale, and she follows the lead. Garrod starts the auction of the Gundam, but he sells the G controller separately. Ennil comes in and offers 300 million for both the Gundam and the G controller. Garrod hides the Gundam until Ennil could get funds to him in the morning. The two flirt with one another. Wits finally takes down the 3 mobile suits and gets his gold, but they called in reinforcements. His rifle is out of energy. This team happens to be the Flame Clock team, the one who I mentioned earlier that uses flamethrowers. They fire on Gundam Airmaster, trapping him. He tries to fly up, but he can't escape. Ennil comes into Garrod's room. Ooh! And that will do it for this episode. Garrod has been a lone wolf his whole life and struggles to work with the team, but it seems to be something he genuinely wants, even though he is currently rejecting it. We also get to see all the sexual tension between everyone, which is very Tomino adjacent. Next time, Garrod runs into Olba and Shagia. We will meet a group of Vultures led by Zakat Datanel, and Tifa continues searching for Newtypes. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, Newtype powers in this universe are a metaphor for erectile dysfunction. Jamil will get it up one day. Peace.